What's going on, everybody? Back with another video. This video is a special request from my good overseas friend, TheLazySpoiledKitty. You all know him. He's a great guy. He asked me if I could do a video on my Ontario RAT-3. So I'm more than happy to make this video for him and also everybody else. So here it is in front of us, the Ontario RAT-3. Pause the video, take a look at the specs. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out and we'll take a look at some size comparisons. So first off, let's go ahead and do the US dollar here. You can tell it's a little bit longer than the US dollar, probably about almost 2 inches. Here it is on 2 credit cards. Funny thing with this chart is that the RAT-3 is already on the chart here, so it's just right here actually. So I guess what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it toward a little bit more centralized toward the middle here. I'm gonna cover up the Halo 5. Go ahead and pause the video and take a look down the sides. And then let's move it down a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and cover up the zero tolerance. Actually, no, I'm gonna cover up the ladybug. There you are. And go ahead and just look down the sides. And I'm gonna go and move on to the external shots. Okay, so here we are at the externals of the knife here. So I want to talk about the accessories that this knife comes with. So you get the sheath, and guess what? You get a TECHLOCK clip too. TECHLOCK belt clip. I mean, how cool is that? This is a awesome accessory. And actually, let me show you guys, for those of you who don't know what a TECHLOCK clip is. So you have a retainer ring here, and you squeeze the sides and it opens up. And you see all these holes in here that you can have it basically screw it onto the holes or the rings of a sheath. So pretty much it's like limitless in the ways it can attach to a sheath. You got a belt width adjuster, so all you do is pop this bar out and you move it up and down on whatever size your belt width is, and it reduces the slippage from up and down. And if you close it, you can see it accommodates a pretty thick belt actually, so it can go all the way up to here and widthwise as well. And once you close it, you put the retainer ring back in, and now you can't squeeze the sides to have the clip come off. So, and in my opinion, Ontario RAT-3s I believe are, let's see, $79 or $80, something like that, if you can still find these, as compared to an SC3. And they come with the TECHLOCK clip, which is really cool because these TECHLOCK clips by themselves are like $9–10 online. But I do understand that the SC3s come with jump-proof systems, MOLLE locks, and boot clips and all that kind of stuff. But personally, and again, this is a purely personal opinion, I'd rather have the TECHLOCK clip instead. So let's start with the sheath here. Sheath is actually not too bad. It's kind of like got the little plasticky feel to it. But how these rings, you can use the included TECHLOCK sheath to attach it to your belt or your gear, or you can lash it with the paracord. It does have a drainage port here in case you find yourself in water or if it's raining and your sheath won't fill up with water. This sheath is really tight when I first got it, by the way. It was practically impossible to pull the knife out of the sheath. I mean, I basically sat there for a couple days pulling it out, putting it back in, and then just repeating this motion until the sheath loosened up. So now, listen to the click of this. So it has a very nice, satisfying, solid click. The knife is not coming out of the sheath still, but it's a little bit easier to pull it out now. So onto the knife. Now, a couple have asked me why I have picked the RAT-3 over the SC3, and one reason, besides the TECHLOCK clip, is the fact that this is cheaper. It is about $15 to $20 cheaper than the SC3. Functionality, I'm assuming, is just exactly the same. The main difference is that this knife is not as thick and it's not as long as the SC3. So also you don't get the options for a glass breaker tip, only the rounded pommel. But other than that, it's pretty much the same knife. They both use 1095 steel, and it's got the nice hard coating on here. I'm assuming the heat treat's probably different, although the RAT-3 does come in a D2 steel as well, if you guys like D2 instead of 1095. The SC3s, I believe, only come in a 1095 steel. So right off the bat, I want to say that I think the craftsmanship is decent. And the reason I say it's not excellent is because if you look at the handle scales here, you'll notice that the right side scale, first of all, is not the same as the left hand side scale. It is more rounded here. This one's more sharp. This one even looks a little bit thicker possibly, but it looks like this side slopes down further. I mean, it's not perfect. Also, this side is lighter than this side. This side looks like they just put a little bit too much oil on it. Plus this is really smooth and this is really rough. So I mean, as like I said, it's not the perfect craftsmanship, but you know what, this does not hinder the functionality or the performance of the knife in any way. It still cuts, it still hacks, you can still use it. And also the cool thing about these handle scales is that you can just take these 3 screws off, handles come right off, you can lash it with paracord, or you can have custom scales made. So it wasn't a huge deal for me that it came like this. It does have a nice lanyard hole. You can throw the lanyard through here. And in case you have larger hands than I do, now I got medium-sized hands, and look, it fits me perfectly. I mean, this is like it's almost made for my hands, whether it be a reverse grip or a forward grip. You know, it's just perfect. Now, for you guys who have like larger hands, you can easily put a paracord, and then that way your pinky will have a place to grip onto in case your hands do exceed the size of the handles. Also has the forward cutout here, which you can just easily grip onto like this, and you know, do some fine, you know, pairing work with it if you need to, or you can grip it back here for like hacking or more rigorous, you know, usage of the knife. It does come with this awesome coating on here. This thing feels like very fine sandpaper, and I haven't really put it through the like the ringer yet, but in the few times I actually used it, it doesn't even feel like the coating's ever going to come off. This thing is very, very tough, you know. But for those of you who actually use the knife more than I do, would probably know better how the coating holds up. Now, I do have one minor complaint. Now, while the knife is decently sharp, I won't say it's Spyderco sharp, but it's decently sharp, it is a convex grind. And a lot of people have expressed concern about how to sharpen a convex grind. It does take a little bit a different type of sharpening, because you can't just run it down the sharpener. You actually have to kind of sharp and kind of turn it a little bit, you know, like this. Just when you pull it toward, you have to kind of turn it a little bit to get that edge, because the convex grind is actually kind of, it's not like a you know, like a hollow grind where it's like reverse. It's actually rounded like this, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up here. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus in on here, but let's see here. So, yeah, probably not going to focus, but it is rounded. You can kind of sort of see it, but it is rounded instead of being a hollow grind. So it is going to be a little harder to sharpen, you know, for those of you who are interested in how to sharpen this knife. But all in all, it's a great knife, you know, and in case you guys need something for hunting, a backup skinning knife, or just a backup, you know, self-defense knife, I guess. In a pinch, you could probably use this as. This is more geared toward hunting, I'm assuming, you know. But yeah, you could probably use it as a self-defense knife, you know, backup. You know, it's just a little bit over 3 inches, you know. I wouldn't use it as your primary defense knife though. But it's a quick knife, pull it out, you can use it. I think it's a great buy, and like I said, these are $15 to $20 cheaper than the SC3s, and you get the Tech-Lock clip, you get the nice sheath, and you know, a variety of attachment options. I really don't think you can lose with the Ontario RAT-3. So, all right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. So I will catch you guys later. TheLazySpoiledKitty and all others, I hope you guys found this review helpful. All questions, comments, leave it below or PM me. On that, I will catch you guys on the next one. All right, take care.